So that is there, that piece there by Cohen Dubois himself. We now switch things up a little bit, and we are going to have our chat with the Ministry of Agriculture. On today's episode of Can We Feed Ourselves, we speak with Ms. Deanne Ramroop, Acting Deputy Director, Research Crops Research Division with the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. Our topic today is plant quarantine. Welcome, Ms. Ramroop, and good morning.
Hi, thank you very much. Good morning to you and good morning to all the viewers.
Thank you for joining us this morning. So let's start off. What is plant quarantine?
Okay, plant quarantine simply is a group of measures taken by countries to prevent the introduction and spread of insect pests, diseases, and weeds. So with the importation of plant and plant products into Trinidad and Tobago, there is the risk of introducing weeds, insect pests, and diseases. And these can pose a threat to the natural environment, to our food security and economy. And when we say plant and plant products, these include a range of goods from live plants, all seeds for propagation, cut flowers and foliage, peas, beans, fruits and vegetables, and lumber.
Right. And what are the plant quarantine services that are offered by the Ministry of Agriculture?
Okay. So the plant quarantine service regulates trade through the issuance of plant import permits. And the plant import permits list the entry conditions, and these are referred to as the phytosanitary conditions. So, for example, one entry condition on an import permit may be items shall be free of insect pests, diseases, and weeds. The plant quarantine service also facilitates exports of commodities from Trinidad and Tobago by ensuring that the conditions of the importing country are met, and therefore they would issue to exporters phytosanitary certificates where required.
So what is the importing process then?
Okay, so prior to importation, you would need to make sure that you are allowed to import the particular item into Trinidad and Tobago, and to ensure that you are in possession of a plant import permit issued by the plant quarantine of the Ministry of Agriculture. You must also be able to obtain a phytosanitary certificate from the exporter, the country of export, where the item is being shipped to Trinidad and Tobago. And these are referred to as the documentary requirements for entry of the plant and plant products into Trinidad and Tobago. So just to give an example, if you are importing chickpeas or chana from the USA, you will be required to have an import permit from Trinidad and Tobago and to have the requisite phytosanitary certificate issued by the USA for the item, in this case, the example, chickpeas.
Right. Just backtracking a little bit, what exactly is a plant import permit, and who grants that import permit?
Okay, so the plant import permit is a document which gives the legal authorization to bring or to import plant material from other countries into Trinidad and Tobago. And the plant quarantine services of the Ministry of Agriculture is the agency authorized to issue a plant import permit. The main office is at the Research Division in Mausico Road, Centennial.
Right. And just going a little more in depth in that, how do you apply for it really, and what do you need? What do you need to know? What documents and these things as well?
Okay. So applicants can submit their electronic application for these permits via CT BizLink. So your online application, you can go to the site www.ctbizlink.gov.tt. That's www.ctbizlink.gov.tt. And we have an average processing time of 3 days.
Okay.
For further clarification, you could email us at plantquarantine.centennial@gov.tt or contact us via telephone 642-0718 280-7938. I repeat those numbers, 642-0718 or 280-7938. And when you are completing your application on CT BizLink, some of the information you would need to have to complete the application would be the name of the item you are applying for, the correct spelling of it,
right,
the country of origin, the exporter's information, including the name, address, contact information, the total weight of the items in kilograms, the end use of the item. For example, are you importing for consumption, for processing, or for propagation? And proof of residency, your ID card, driver's permit if you're an individual, or it is a company registration certificate.
Right. And can people apply for that at any time, or is there a certain period in which they need to apply?
You can apply for the import permit at any point in time during the year. Import permits do have a validity, and in some cases they vary between, for example, it could be 6 months to 1 year.
All right. So going a little bit further now, the next step. So let's say I got my import permit. What's the next step from there?
Okay. So once you have received your import permit, it is important that you go through your import permit and look at the information in terms of what is there. So you will have a unique number, the type of plant to be imported, the country of origin, the country of export, the conditions, your expiration date, and the port of entry, which is important. So you would see port of entry to be Piarco, Port of Spain, Point Lisas, and this is what you would have requested. So once you receive your import permit, you must present this import permit to the exporter, the country of export, to ensure that the exporter can meet the conditions of entry into Trinidad and Tobago. And then a phytosanitary certificate will be issued by the authorities of the exporting country. So it will be the relevant plant quarantine service in the exporting country. So this phytosanitary certificate will be the official document that confirms that the import conditions set by Trinidad and Tobago have been met.
All right. And when what happens when the item arrives into Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, we would have spoken the documentary requirements. So the documentary requirements, the import permit and phytosanitary certificate must be presented to ensure compliance. There may be a physical inspection based on the associated risk, and then a decision is taken to release the items if there's compliance, or to detain or to send for laboratory testing, or if there's non-compliance, to seize and destroy.
Right. Now, are there any plants or agricultural items in particular that are completely not allowed to be imported into the country that you know of?
Yes, there are some items that are not, actually, importation is based on what is called a risk analysis. So before any item is imported into Trinidad and Tobago, we would do what is called a pet risk analysis, and this will determine entry conditions or not.
Okay, because I would assume there are certain species that may be invasive to our ecology here, and you know, they may disrupt our systems. You know, so I guess you all have all your boxes checked in regards to that.
Yes, the risk analysis will actually guide the process, and actually it will point to what are the pests of concern, and if there are any measures to mitigate those risks, then this will form part of your conditions for entry. So this is how the phytosanitary conditions are set for entry. It is based on what are the risks, what are the pests that could follow the pathway with an item that's been imported, and how you can mitigate those risks. And that is what sets the tone for the phytosanitary conditions that Trinidad and Tobago will set.
I want to ask a bit of a question that would have been, well, maybe on some people's mind now, considering that the marijuana plant has been decriminalized. Has there been any update to if individuals can import those things from abroad into the country, as pertains, as you know, with the viewpoint of the Ministry of Agriculture and these import permits?
No, we would, like I said, once you do the application, if, for example, and you submit your application on TTSys Link, based on the item to be imported, whether it is legal or illegal, or we need any additional information, we would provide that and converse to the prospective importer online. So in terms of the marijuana plant, what you are requesting, we would have had some amount of applications, but those are being currently processed in terms of determination of the way forward. Should there be a risk analysis, or are they allowed or not allowed?
Okay, fantastic. Well, with that, I want to thank you for joining us this morning and disseminating this very important information. And again, people can reach out to you via the platforms by which you mentioned earlier. There was an email address there. Could you repeat that for us?
Yes, so the email is plantquarantine.centennial@gov.tt, and our telephone 642-0718 and 7938.
Fantastic. Again, thank you so much, Deanne Ramroop, Acting Deputy Director, Research Crops Research Division, Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, for joining us this morning and giving us this wonderful information. And again, you can reach out to the phone numbers and the email address that was provided if you need more information. And for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break and we're going to come back with much more. So stay with us.